Hey, what's up guys? Sean Nalawani here of bodytransformationtruth.com, and in this video I want to touch on the topic of what to do when you don't feel motivated to train on any given day. So maybe you've had a long day at work or school, maybe you're feeling particularly physically or mentally tired, or for whatever reason you're just not feeling it and you'd much rather just stay at home and relax instead of get yourself into the gym and train. So what should you do in these situations? Well, this is going to sound overly simplistic to some of you, but the honest answer is this, and that is to stop thinking about it and to just start taking action anyway. Now stick with me here because there's actually more to it than just that, and there's actually a very important lesson to take away from this. See, most people think of action and motivation as strictly being a one-way street. In other words, you feel a sufficient level of motivation and that inspires you to carry out a specific action. In reality, it actually works both ways. Not only does motivation cause you to take action, but taking action also causes you to feel motivated. In other words, if you feel completely unmotivated to do a particular task, but begin taking action anyway in spite of how you feel, you'll often find that the simple act of just doing something in and of itself is the actual catalyst that causes you to feel increasingly motivated. And from there, this process then feeds back on itself. More motivation inspires further action, and further action inspires more motivation. And before you know it, you're fully absorbed in the original task that you thought was so difficult to begin with. So instead of sitting around in your current uninspired state and just hoping that you'll magically feel some sudden big surge in motivation to get you into the gym, instead realize that the very act of taking positive actions towards performing your workout, that's often the very thing that will produce the motivation that you're looking for. The state of mind that you feel while you're sitting on the couch ready to fall asleep is not the same state of mind that you'll be in while you're performing your actual workout. Instead, all of the small actions that you take leading up to your workout, through your warm-up and through the first few sets of your session, those actions will gradually shift your state of mind in a positive direction so that when it comes time to perform the bulk of the actual challenging work, you'll already be in that pumped up and motivated state that you were originally searching for. So again, stop thinking and just start taking action anyway. Stop creating mental pictures of the work that lies ahead. Stop creating what if this and what if that scenarios in your mind. Stop weighing out the possible benefits and possible drawbacks of either performing or not performing this particular workout. If you've already made the commitment to your muscle building or your fat loss program and you know that the right thing is to get into the gym and train, then shut off your mind and just do it. Stand up, change into your gym clothes, pack your bag. Even these tiny little actions will gradually kickstart this state shifting process. Have your cup of coffee, take your pre-workout supplements or whatever else it is that you normally consume prior to training, walk out the door and just start making your way to the gym without even thinking about it. Again, these additional small actions will cause your state of mind to shift even further. Walk onto the gym floor, put your headphones on, begin warming up and moving your body. Far more often than not, what you'll typically find is that by simply taking all of these individual actions leading up to your actual workout, without overthinking and without overanalyzing it, your mindset will shift all on its own and automatically produce the motivation and the inspiration that you need to tackle your workout with full intensity. And by the time you get past your first few sets, the rest of your workout will usually not only be smooth sailing, but it will actually be fully enjoyable as well, especially since you have now reinforced in your mind the fact that you are a self-motivated person who is able to take action regardless of the circumstances. And here's the most important takeaway lesson from this particular video, and that is that this principle can be applied to every area of your life beyond just your muscle building and your fat loss program. Anytime you're faced with a particular task that you know you need to do or that you should do, but that you're feeling overwhelmed and unmotivated by, you can apply the same stop thinking and just take action principle in the exact same way. If you have a work project that needs to get done, but that you really don't feel like doing, then just take some initial small steps without thinking about it, and then harness the reaction of those first few steps in order to motivate yourself further. If you have an essay for school, but you're feeling uninspired and unmotivated to do it, then just get the first few lines down on the page and then see where it takes you. If a friend invites you to go out, but you aren't in a particularly social mood, even though you know that you should get out of the house and go do something, then just go anyway, and you'll usually see that this state shifting process kicks into gear once you simply interact with a few people. So the bottom line is this: if all of the actions that you take require you to feel fully inspired and motivated right from the get-go, you'll never get anything meaningful done, or at the very least, you'll only be a fraction as productive as you could be. If you already logically know what the right thing to do is, then stop relying on positive emotions or on the absence of negative emotions to drive you forward, and just do it anyway. And you'll often find, in most cases, that the motivation and inspiration become an inevitable byproduct of that process. So I hope you found this concept useful. If you want to get some more useful motivational tips and tricks to apply to your fitness program to help maximize your chances of success, make sure to head over to bodytransformationtruth.com and grab my complete body transformation blueprint system. And you can do that by clicking the icon at the top of the video or using the link in the description box below. If you did enjoy the video, as always, please make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to stay up to date on future videos. And make sure to check out my official blog over at seannall.com for all of my latest articles, tips, and other updates. Talk to you again soon.